We are live here at Parramatta Stadium inside the Parramatta Eels dressing room, just moments from seeing both sides come out onto this Parramatta Stadium surface. It is in sensational condition. It is a very warm afternoon though here in the west of Sydney. There will be a 20-minute break, or a break at the 20-minute mark at least, for the players in both halves, and an extended half-time as well today, as we had yesterday at Homebush, and that will be a welcome relief for the players. The temperature here nudging the 33 or 34 degree mark. Very warm day in the middle of March. The Panthers room, well, they can only go up and improve on what they came up with in 2001. 7 wins only out of 26 games last year to finish with the wooden spoon for the third time in the club's history. While Parramatta at the end of the minor premiership were very much at the other end of the spectrum, having won 20 games of 26, 4 losses and 2 draws. They just didn't go on with it in the grand final, as we now know. But they would like to start this season though in a similar fashion to the way they started last year against the Panthers. A 40-4 flogging of the Panthers at Stadium Australia in round 1. The Panthers about to hit the field for the first time in earnest in 2002, led out by their new captain. Taking over from Steve Carter, Craig Gower leads out the visitors. Plenty of responsibility on his shoulders this afternoon, their side. Wester is at fullback, Lewis, Elford, Hicks and Rooney the three-quarters. Girdler and Gower are the halves. The forward pack, a brand new front row. Rorty, Prittis and Lang. Cross, Pulatua and Sattler are in the back row. The bench is Colin Ward from the Dragons, Joe DeGaulle, Ned Caddick and Lee Hopkins.
Craig Gower's the man who's really got to lead this Penrith pack inside around the paddock with a good kicking game at the same time. He hasn't really played halfback since round 1 from last year, so it'll be interesting seeing how he does handle that, Laurie Dale.
He's a tremendous player, Wiz. Craig Gower reverting back to the halfback position. Played fullback for the majority of time last year. And he is one of the keys if the Panthers are to win here this afternoon.
The Eels hit the field. A few new faces from last year. Hodgson, the fullback, Bert Lyon, Violecki, Moody, Wagon and McFadden. Up from the Canberra Raiders, the halfback. The forward pack, Nathan Kalis, the captain. Daniel Irvine will start at hooker. Alex Chan will be in the front row for Michael Vella. Nathan Andy and Hindmarsh in the second row. The lock forward is Andrew Ryan. The bench is Drew, Butner, Solomona and Witters.
Well, there he is, the 2001 Dally M second rower of the year, Nathan Hindmarsh. An outstanding season last year. Tremendous runner of the football. We can see the skin-tight jerseys for this Parramatta side. Look as though he's put on a little bit of weight in the off-season.
That's a worry with those jerseys, Laurie. Nothing I could wear today.
Our referee is Tim Mander. He's been in the top grade now since 1992. Just about to blow time on the Parramatta Stadium for the first time this season. Not a bad crowd in, considering the heat. I'm sure a lot of people have stayed at home to watch this game live on Fox Sports in the comfort of the lounge room, or perhaps might have headed to the beach. There is Craig Gower.
We were just talking about him before, Warren. I'll tell you what, he is a guy that has to really fire up here today. Like I said before, he hasn't played halfback since round 1. I'll tell you what, he's very, very dodgy character, and he's got a great kicking game. And the dodgy character, I mean, is on the field. He's very elusive.
Tim Mander blows time on. It will be the Panthers defending the southern end of Parramatta Stadium in this first half. It comes down to Scott Sattler, who gives it off to Martin Lang.
Wait here, wait, hold.
Prittis, a dummy half. Away to Ben Rorty from the Melbourne Storm
hold
forward.
Here. Dominant tackle, wait, dominant tackle.
To the right-hand side they go again.
Okay, on
plenty of anticipation looking towards Tony Pulatua. Didn't play too many games for the Panthers last year. New Zealand forward. To come up with some goods this year, they need him to fire, as they do this man.
Last one.
Key signing for them, allowing Gower to go to halfback, and here he is now with the clearing kick.
Good 10 metres.
Will sit up for Hodgson. A nice bounce for him. He'll have it at the halfway line. He gets away from Pulatua. He's got an option on the outside with Violecki, who steps back inside Gower. He might get there and go all the way. They come in cover. What a try to kick this one off.
The first touch of the ball by the Eels in 2002 has resulted in a great try to David Violecki, and Brett Hodgson has started where he finished last season. Tremendous runner of the football. Kick return is his go. It was a disappointing set by the Panthers to get out of trouble. The kick landing on the 40 metres. And then Brett Hodgson, round puller tour. Elford chases a little bit too hard. Violecki back on the inside. Gower slips over. Straight around Reece Wesser. Luke Rooney couldn't go with him. Lewis comes across, but Violecki, tremendous start.
An incredible start. Just 70 seconds it took for the Eels to open up the scoring here. Dangerous sign for the Penrith Panthers. Burt from pretty much right in front with the kicking duties after the retirement of Jason Taylor. I heard Brian Smith say that Brett Hodgson also in the running to be a goal kicker this year, but for the moment Burt has the boot on, and it's 6-0. The Eels lead the Panthers. What a dream start for Brian Smith and the home team.
As you were saying, Laurie, that defence by the Parramatta Eels was outstanding. That first set of 6. Really, Gower was kicking around about only 15 metres off his own try line. The bounce was beautiful for Hodgson, but the footwork that he did on Pulatua was absolutely tremendous. And I hope this way here, this man here, Girdler, doesn't have to do this too often, kicking off.
He gets us back underway. A deep one. Taken on the try line by McFadden, who gives it off to Nathan Kalis. Incredible speed from Hodgson. We saw it so many times in 2001. Violecki, a big man, a mobile man, really can step in traffic. Showed some great leg speed to beat everybody to the line. Alex Chan brought off the bench to start today in the absence of Michael Vella. Comes up with a mistake. The Panthers will get a chance to hit straight back.
Very good call there by Tim Mander. Alex Chan just trying to play the ball just a little bit too quickly. Just watch the replay there. He has it actually in one hand. He goes to get up, and then he just drops the ball cold.
Just wait for me, Craig. Hold it back there, Daniel. Well done.
Gower with the feed. Pass out in front of Girdler, who did well to Reece Wesser. On the outside of Violecki, popped the ball away to Lewis. It was forward.
I think you'll find the touch judge has put his flag up. You see Reece Wesser missed a lot of last season. On to Luke Lewis, and Lewis touches the chalk. The touchy in good
get the formation.
Position.
Just wait, Andrew.
It was a close run thing. I did have some doubts about the pass at any rate, but the touchy got it exactly right, as you say, Laurie.
Bring it back.
Wagon playing it. So they come to the right-hand side. The Panthers need to contain them here inside their own half and try and put some pressure on the kicker. McFadden going himself from dummy half. 4.5 minutes gone here at Parramatta. 6-0 to the Eels. Kalis runs into Martin Lang, driving the opposing captain backwards. It comes to Alex Chan, who got on the outside of Gower, through the hands of Wagon. It comes away to Nathan Hindmarsh. They can't go with him for the moment, showing incredible speed. A ball back to the inside. Violecki's got a double.
Well, the Panthers' defence on the right-hand edge was certainly struggling early today. It all started with a great ball by Nathan Kalis. Kalis was going back in the defence. Martin Lang was pushing him back. And the Panthers defenders, they held back. They didn't move forward. Chan, a tremendous pass in between Elford and Gower. Luke Lewis had to come in. Great power and strength and speed by Nathan Hindmarsh. Too good for Rorty. Tremendous bend back on the inside to Violecki. And the Eels are hot this afternoon.
Oh, they are very, very hot, Laurie Daly. And like last year, they can score a try and they can sniff it out. And they just said, the right-hand side, Ben Rorty gave great chase. Wesser comes across, just gets the ball just over the nick of time. And Violecki backing up beautifully as he's done, even in that first try. Tremendous work there by the Eels. That's why they were #1 last year in scoring points.
And the key in defence when you're playing against this Parramatta side is they like to unload the football. You really have to stay up until the tackle is completed. The defensive line starts moving back. They get the second phase going, and they come at you straight away.
Well, Luke Burt 8 metres in from that eastern touchline. A chance to make it 12-0. He can't do so, but 10 will do after just 6.5 minutes. 2 tries. They've had the ball twice. They've scored twice. It was danger signs early on for Penrith after they scored on their first touch. The alarm bells will be ringing loudly now in the Penrith coaching box. John Lang will be thinking, what have I got myself into here?
Yeah, but they were a little bit unlucky, really. In their first set of 6, they nearly come away with a try from that scrum base. He just put his foot out. That was the young winger taking his first ball, touch of the ball, Luke Lewis. So, you know, they could have been only 2 points behind.
The kickoff again comes down to McFadden. As it was last time, it's Nathan Kalis who will bring it out. An incredible start from the home team. The fans here can scarcely believe their eyes at how sharp they are early on. Alex Chan playing it just inside his own 30. Irvine gets to dummy half. Goes for a scamper himself. Pulaturum there and Lang from marker.
Johnny Cross, square it up.
McFadden will kick. The ball will float down in behind Lewis, who's trying to keep it inside his own area of play. It almost went across the line for a 40-20. Took the odds to it and won on that occasion, but that was close run again for him.
No, not square. Not square.
The marker's too quick to go for the Parramatta Eels. The Panthers get a penalty. They'll need it the way they've been opening up in this game. The first 8 minutes has been very much all the Eels.
You just see here the markers here just leaving just a fraction early, but Luke Lewis on that other side, the wing on the right-hand side, did a magnificent job to keep that ball, and otherwise the Parramatta side are going to get the ball back in great position in attack.
Comes to Rorty, picked up and hit on a solid tackle by Daniel Irvine, who stopped him dead. John Cross now.
On 3, here's the mark.
Up 10 metres or so. Prittis
come in.
choosing the time to go from dummy half. Dummying, turns it back on the inside for Wesser, who's looking for a hole.
On 4.
There was almost one there as he just ran around the back there of John Cross. Now Gower going quickly.
Okay, last one,
Takes it just inside the 20. Fast play the ball as well. Girdler puts it on the toe, grubbering for himself. Didn't come up with it.
On 1.
In fact, it's Hodgson who cleans up.
You let him go, Craig.
McFadden from dummy half. The Eels
All the way,
hang on under a
square,
little bit of
back up.
pressure from the Panthers. They are doing it nicely at the moment. 10 points to 0.
On 3. Marcus
Certainly
square.
great work by the Parramatta side here in this set of 6.
No, Scott, you're not.
What the Eels do,
Split Marcus.
coming out of trouble
Get
better
him
than a lot
square.
of teams, and especially in hot conditions, is they get their outside men into dummy half a lot, run a lot from dummy half. Just takes a little bit of pressure off the forwards.
We'll see what they come up with on this set of 6.
Just take it back a bit, Jamie.
Great position again to attack this Panthers line as
one,
Andrew
stand up.
Ryan
On the line.
takes it to within 40 of the Panthers line. Kalis, he'll bump it forward.
And 2. Let's go all the way, Luke.
Irvine back to the short side. Here's Ryan. Girdler is there, who takes him low.
Here it is. Here's the
Some
mark.
help also there from Chris Hicks. McFadden spreads it wide to Wagon. Hindmarsh ran the decoy to Hodgson to Violecki, who will get a hat-trick. Can you believe it? We've only had 10 minutes.
Inside runner come in. He's taken a man out. Let's see if there's a disadvantage there, mate.
Tim Mander wants to have a look at the obstruction play. If it's okay for the Eels, David Violecki has probably the fastest hat-trick in first-grade history.
Well, the guy in question is Craig Gower. Lovely play by the Parramatta side. They ran a couple of plays down the left-hand edge of this Penrith side. Then it was lovely hands. Violecki again, too much speed, getting on the outside of Elford, going across to score. I don't think there's a problem there.
I don't think so either, Laurie. I think it's a good play here by the Parramatta side. Look at that ball. It just holds up Alfred just enough to give the ball to Violecki on the outside. Luke Lewis stays with his man. Alfred tries to match him with pace, but he's got so much strength, Violecki. That will be shown a green light.
This will be interesting to see what they come up with. The video referee this afternoon, Graham West. You see the contact there between Hindmarsh and Gower. The league have been taking a look at these obstruction plays during the off-season. Peter Louis, in conjunction with his assistant Brian Grant and the referees, have come up with a slightly different interpretation on those sorts of plays to the one we saw in 2001. But this one here with Wagon passing the ball to Hodgson already on the outside of Hindmarsh. I think from the examples we saw during the week at least that this play will be okay. Had Wagon run around the back of Hindmarsh and then pass the ball, that's an indication, or that sort of play is one they'll pull up this year and be ruled a no try. We wait for a decision though. Graham West, I think, has one coming up as the fans bask in the warmth here of the sun at Parramatta Stadium and the warmth of their team's performance. They are red hot to start this 2002 Telstra Premiership. It is a try.
It's just great play by this Parramatta side. You really notice early on when they get in the attacking zone, they're putting a lot of plays on Ryan Girdler, making him do a lot of the defensive work. Then they're using their best ship right to left. They've got numbers out wide. Hindmarsh loves getting out there, receiving the ball. This time he ran a lovely decoy and Hodgson onto Violecki. And as you mentioned, quickest hat-trick in history.
Well, I'm thinking it might be. I can't imagine anybody else who scored one in less time. He's only touched the ball 3 times and he's scored on each occasion.
The major drama there for the Panthers in defence as Luke Burton lines his kick up. I'll come back to that.
The kick from Luke Burt hits the upright and waved away. 14 points to nil. How would you like to be that man, Gary Freeman? John Lang.
Now, I'm very, very happy up here. One, it's probably too hot down there, but his side is under enormous pressure. But Alford in that defensive line really had to push up, get a little bit up by Craig Gower. That was where the problem was. He allowed Hodgson to come directly to him, and that created the 2-on-1 situation on that left-hand side for the Parramatta side.
David Violecki, a golden chance to break a real logjam of players for Parramatta in the history of the club who have scored the most tries in a game. It's tied at 4, and there's a real list of them, almost a team's worth, who have scored 4 tries in a match at various times, including the likes of Ray Price and Eric Grove.
Okay, play one.
Right up there amongst them with Dick Thornett, also who scored 4 in a match against Canterbury back in 1968 in the old Cumberland Oval here.
Hold it here.
14 points to nil. Irvine goes from dummy half.
On
It's not
3,
a real good sign
on the
for the
line.
Panthers. Last year,
Well, you
defence
mate.
was their
Mark it
problem.
square,
They
John.
conceded more tries in the NRL than any other team. This year, 3 tries in the space of 12 minutes.
Hold here.
The signs do not look good.
Here's McFadden.
Inside.
Kick, which turns Rooney around. He picks it up just inside his own 20. Just back to the try scoring for Parramatta. Last season, they did not have a try scorer in the top 15 on the try scorers list. And they broke an all-time scoring record. Worked that one out. In fact, their most prolific try scorer in 2001 was the fullback Brett Hodgson with 13. They really spread the tries around, but David Violecki obviously intent on changing that in this 2002 Premiership.
Screw it up, Andrew.
Here's Gower, the new captain. He must be
Okay,
shell-shocked.
5th and last. Wait here.
Ross will play it on the last tackle for the Panthers. Here's Gower, rolling it. Won't find the touchline. Hodgson is there to pick it up just inside it. Tries to put the razzle-dazzle on. And he's tackled 10 out from his own line. Oh, lost it there. Burt knocked it down.
You went too quick. You moved early.
Luke Lewis it is, the young winger, who is penalised for going too quickly there in conjunction with Shane Elford. One standing square at marker.
I think if Panthers are going to get back into this game, they've got to start muscling up in defence. They're not really coming off their line. They're allowing the Parramatta side to come to them. And they've really got to make sure they go and put the Parramatta side. Oh, bit of trouble here.
Just wait. Tony. Mate, it's unfortunate because you've actually got him around here, but you have lifted him over, okay? We're putting him in a dangerous situation. We've got to penalise and we've got to put it on report. It's on report. Get the minute for me, please, Westy.
The blows keep coming for the Panthers. Tony Puletua put on report for the tackle on Daniel Irvine. That's the last thing they need at the moment. See Puletua just grabbed him behind the knee and tipped him up.
You hear the referee say, sorry there, Warren, that the referee did say he did get him around in the right position, just the way that he had come up in the air and fell down.
Hold it steady, wait here.
Well, the Eels, here they come again. Kalis will play it. Irvine to McFadden, shows it, ducks under a couple of feeble tackles, and Wessel got him by the bootlaces to save a try. They go to the left-hand side. Here's Nathan Hindmarsh. Comes to the line, gets the arms free. Violecki almost had number 4. Here's Irvine now. It comes to Luke Burt. He's just 5 metres away. Irvine is there. McFadden on the first bounce to him. Chips over the top. Lyon was racing through there. Taken on the full, though, was Chris Hicks. Some good work. Putting some doubt, though, whether Jamie Lyon was onside.
Well, if they ever wanted to get away the cobwebs and the nightmare from the grand final last season, Parramatta have started terrific here this afternoon. Great work there by Andy McFadden. Jamie Lyon realising the kick was on, chased through, tackled Hicks in goal, and they will receive another set of 6.
They have got the Panthers under all sorts of pressure.
No starts here, fellas. On the line.
Craig Gower
Craig.
will get us back underway from the goal line. Wasn't a great one off the side of the boot. Well, it might work out pretty well, though, for Penrith. They almost got the ball back as Ian Hindmarsh struggled to keep it in field. In the end, had to bat it back to Lyon. They've got them stretched again here. Hodgson gives it away to Wagon. Cut out ball for Violecki. The big Fen, they stop him on this occasion. He'll play it back to Hodgson. They work the short blind side. Burt is wrapped up by his opposite number, Luke Lewis. Ball pass again from dummy half. Wagon is there to pick it up. Showing it. They stop him 10 out, but they were up inside the 10.
No. Get the mark. Get the mark.
McFadden will take the quick tap. Tries to go himself.
Get away, well away.
And they stop him just a metre away. 14-0 at the moment to the Parramatta Eels. It might be about to become 18. Kalis stepping off that left foot, had a player flashing through. Hodgson was there, but he couldn't get the ball to him. Back to the right-hand side. Irvine going from dummy half. Flicks it out the back, Gidley style. Off feet, that'll be play on, and 6 more tackles for the Eels. Panther needed to dive on it. Irvine to Hodgson. Short ball off the chest of Ryan. The Panthers will hang on, but only just.
Well, they're only just hanging on. The Panthers' right-hand side defence are certainly struggling out there. You watch Craig Gower, he's coming up. The centre's about 5 metres behind. And then the winger is staying back another 10. They're not moving up as a line. They're staggered on that edge. And Parramatta,
let's go. Brett.
If they can just get past the edge of where Gower is defending, they will cause all sorts of problems.
2 good 10 here.
They gave up plenty of points in the trial games they played. John Lang make mention of that before the game this afternoon. Our preview on Fox Sports Central. He would be doubly worried now.
On 4.
Here's Prittis. Dummy half, gives it to Puletua. They need a big 2002 from him.
Ian, no starts,
Takes
Alex.
it down to within 40 metres of the Parramatta line. Gower kicking. They really only had the one attacking chance in this opening 18 minutes or so, the Panthers. They almost scored through Lewis. Put a foot on the line.
Wait for it here. Wait. Wait.
Jason Moody looking to the far side of the field with eyes of envy. David Violecki, all the action has gone down the left-hand side, and that's what they work it to again almost. Alex Chan plays it. Midfield is Irvine. Now goes to the left-hand side. In behind them, standing there, just behind the ruck area. They play it again quickly. Here's Hindmarsh. A real handful and showed tremendous speed to set up the try for Violecki. McFadden. The crossfield spiral bomb. Really took his time to line it up. No pressure from the Panthers on the kicker. And Rooney now tracking across midfield. Played 9 games for the Panthers last year. Scored 6 tries in that time. He burst onto the scene.
And just see here, the heat's really taken its toll on some of the players, especially the Panthers. They've had to defend quite a bit of the time without the ball. And the Parramatta, so they're 75% of the ball.
Roll away, roll away.
The Panthers only had around about 25.
Pick up Ben Rorty, dump him on his backside. And back across the ruck, Scott Sattler gives it to Priddis. Girdler, they need something from the 5'8". He's that right-hand fend. Get away from Jamie Lyon, who was more than a match for him. Gower under pressure from Lyon. Gets the kick away, but it sits up for Hodgson nicely. He'll go to where all the success has been coming from. Burt's picked up by Priddis, but he was almost away as well. Wagon gives it to Hindmarsh. Violecki's camped out there. He'd love to get it again. Here's Alex Chan.
On 3.
The tackle down low by Priddis.
Wait for it here, Craig.
We approach the 20-minute stoppage. 60 seconds they'll get a break for and have a drink.
On 4. No stats.
Sweltering afternoon here at Parramatta Stadium. Chan, or Kalis rather, playing it. Comes back to Ian Hindmarsh.
Okay, last one.
6 tackle now for them. McFadden rubbering just over the top of them, and it comes to Wesser. Picked up in a beautiful tackle by Jamie Lyon. Hasn't had much of the football, but he's done some good work in defence.
Side, Andrew. What'd you say then, mate? Okay. Stand up to the side.
Tim Mander cracking down on the market defence for both teams. And that will do us for a drinks break. 19 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first half. The Parramatta Eels lead the Panthers 14 points to 0. It has been very much a one-sided affair.
It has been a one-sided affair, Warren. Parramatta have had all the possession. They've controlled the ball very well. Penrith, on the other hand, they've had a few opportunities. One there earlier in the piece where Luke Lewis put his foot into touch. They're unlucky not to get a 4-pointer there. They've just got to make sure that they hang on to the ball, get better field position. They are really struggling at the moment. This 1-minute drinks break might help them. And remember, this game was similar to the one yesterday where the Bulldogs were all over the West Tigers in the first 20. They had the drinks break and then the Tigers came home in the back half of that first half. But they've certainly got the players out there that can take advantage of anything. They've just got to be able to get the decent field position and control the football.
And this is Violecki making the initial break to his first try, which is set up really by Hodgson. It's a great passing by Alex Chan at the same time. And Hindmarsh sets up the second one. Great ball here, just throws over in the nick of time. Tremendous skill there. He's run probably 30 or 40 metres. Violecki to back that up. Tremendous work. But the way they play it, that right-hand defence for the Panthers has been found wanting. And this man has been in absolutely awesome form. But a couple of areas I think that the Panthers have got to really pick up is their defence. It is around that ruck area. They go up very, very quick, about 3 to 4 people out wide, and then their whole back line, the 3 players left over, don't move up at all, Laurie. And that's where they're getting caught every time. They've got to get themselves up in a line and go together. Even if they just go up slowly, at least they'll hold their line together.
Time back on. And the Panthers will have it from just outside their own 20.
Quick, quick.
They're far from out of it, of course, but they need something before half-time. Got just over 19 minutes to do it. Here's Rorty. Good handoff to Wesser, who gets away from Irvine, tracks across field. Stopped there by Nathan Hindmarsh.
David.
Cross. Here's Gower. Stepping, keeping the ball alive.
On 3.
Back up towards the halfway line. Picked up just about 30 metres in 3 tackles as Girdler turns it back for Sattler once again. Crossing over the ruck in behind the play the ball area.
Ian. Get square, Andrew.
Priddis to Pulatua. Bumped away from the tackle there of Michael Butner, who gets his first run on. The ball's come loose. And it's Violecki, the man of the moment, who has it for them. Butner now from dummy half. It's a good run from Pulatua. A bit of momentum. They picked up a lot of metres. Came undone with a drop ball. Here's a drop ball from Ian Hindmarsh. Fallen on by John Cross. It'll be scrum feed to the Panthers as Andrew Ryan has a cut to the side of the right eye there.
In these type of conditions, Warren, the tackle target needs to be around the football. I think any time you can put your shoulder on this football here this afternoon, where it's very greasy, very slippery in the humid conditions, then you'll see a lot of those balls pop out. I think you might be just raising the target a little bit and aiming for the football.
Take it easy. Take it easy. No, we're going to wait.
Some running repairs for the lock forward as the play continues on. Gower to Girdler and now to Chris Hicks.
That one.
Not enough speed to beat Jamie Lyon on the outside. Comes back to John Cross.
Radio, stand up.
He'll
all the way
play it.
back.
About 28 out from the Parramatta line. Prittis. Now it comes to Girdler. Hicks cutting back on the inside, but they wrap up the 5-8. 15 out of penalty. Jamie Lyon just hanging on there to play the ball. And Girdler will take the tap and they'll go quickly. Here's Martin Lang straight at them.
Daniel, get square.
Rorty doing likewise. Taking it towards the post. Gowers to the right-hand side. Prittis just works it from dummy half. Nothing doing there. In fact, he's lost the ball. It will be a knock-on against the Panthers. Appeared to be a poor option by a very experienced player in Luke Prittis. He had Gower screaming for it to his right-hand side. Really, there was a nothing play coming from dummy half.
And the ball needed really to go to the number 7 and Craig Gower. He had Tony Pulatua on his right-hand side. And a bit of giving to the big raging second row. He tries to pop the ball out the back there and drops it forward. Referee in good position. So scrum it down, boys. Andrew McFadden now feeds the scrum.
Michael Butner.
That one. With me, Colin.
Lyon from dummy half. Almost impersonating the Panthers themselves. Here the Eels and the way they used to spread it wide to the left-hand side quickly for Ryan Girdler as Martin Lang goes back to the bench and gets a break. Hard-working 24 minutes for the big man. Nathan Hindmarsh plays it back to Hodgson. Nathan Kalis takes it forward. Still out there, the captain.
Hold, that was on his back.
Uvine appealing for a penalty. McFadden get the kick away, a good one as well. Rooney playing up in the line early in the tackle count. Wesser has to come a long way to his left-hand side to pick it up. Just doing all the little things very well at the moment, the Eels.
Andrew. That 2, all the way. Soft one.
Cross to Colin Ward. The former Dragon gets his first touch as a Penrith Panther.
Out of the side.
Prittis. Short ball.
Roll off, Daniel.
Coming onto it. They're doing plenty of work for him. In fact, that was Jody Gall rather. Very short haircut. Also off the bench here, he is making the tackle as the Panthers make their second interchange.
There was a mistake there, and that was given a pass on the inside. Ryan Girdler should have really picked it up off Cross. I thought it was a fair pass.
On one. Hold it here.
Hindmarsh plays it back to Irvine. McFadden. Ryan Smith has really liked the way he settled into this squad in the pre-season. He's improving with every outing as Nathan Hindmarsh bumps away from 1, make it 2, and still going, standing there in the tackle. It's just so strong.
Back up, all the way.
Taken age to get him to ground. Butner feeds it to McFadden. Lovely pass over the top. In fact, it didn't work out that well for Daniel Wagon, who had an awkward pickup, couldn't find the handle and knocked it on.
Well, they can't get frustrated here, the Parramatta side. They've had all the field position, all the ball, and they're only 14 points in front. They should be more like 20. And if Penrith can hang on here and maybe put some points on in the latter half, they would go into half-time very confident.
I think they will if they can get the ball, get some sort of the ball, Laurie. The Panthers can certainly do something with it.
Let's go.
Gower with the feed. Comes to Rooney now.
That one.
Just short of the halfway line. And it's Lewis. Close to scoring in the opening 4-8. Down inside the Eels 20. It's been a long time for them to get back down there. And when they did, they coughed it up pretty easily. Gower. Ball for Jody Gall, who is striding out. Good style. Picked up though, and a fine tackle by Irvine as Gower gives the ball away to Hicks. Wrapped up once again by his opposite, Jamie Lyon. Last tackle for the Panthers. Gower chipping over the top, played at by McFadden, knocked backwards, said the referee. It doesn't matter because Girdler has come up with it. It should be a Panthers scrum fee.
Okay, right down. Knocked on Parramatta. Knocked on Parramatta straight there.
That was a good call there by the touchy, because Andrew McFadden definitely played at that, knocked the ball forward. The referee had missed it. The touchy had called it. This Penrith side, they look dangerous when they get inside the attacking zone. Coming out of their own half, they look pretty pedestrian, but once they get over that 50-metre line, they've got a lot of options, and Gower and Girdler certainly look dangerous.
Here's Sattler looking more than dangerous. How simple was that from the base of the scrum? There you go, the Panthers are on the board.
Well, that was just a tremendous play there by the Panthers. Simple, but they worked it well. Scott Sattler picking the ball up from dummy half. Gower fed it. He scooted back to his left. And then McFadden from dummy half. He was left with, will I go out on Gower or will I take the lock? He was in two minds. He thought, no, I'll have a go here at Sattler. But Sattler, too big, too strong, scores next to the post.
Yeah, Daniel Wagon really had to come out of that scrum a lot quicker and come to the right-hand side. Everyone's just getting a little bit too tight now, but I tell you what, Scott Sattler held the ball up beautiful. He put McFadden in two minds. Will I go in? Will I stay out? And just a little bit too strong there. Got the left fend out and got straight through.
The Ryan Girdler, as always, will have the goal-kicking duties for the Panthers. Poor year last year compared to his high standards of previous seasons. Over just over 60% in 2001. Should have no trouble adding the extra 2 points here from close range. If he can make it 14-6, the Eels will be very disappointed to only lead by 8 at this stage of the game, and it might shrink even further. We're still with 11 minutes and some seconds left in this first half as Girdler gets the extra 2. The Panthers definitely are alive here today at Parramatta. 14 points to 6. Glad in the heart of that man right there.
Well, he wouldn't be that impressed with the way his side has played for the first 30 minutes. But to be only 8 points behind on the scoreboard, he'd be pretty excited if that's the only difference between now and half-time. Especially the way that this Parramatta team have used the football and they've only put 14 points on the board.
Jody Gore has really sparked the Panthers forward pack too. He's starting to get out just a little bit wide off the ruck there, running up the smaller man, the 5'8" and a half backs, and he's creating a little bit of problem there for the Parramatta side.
Luke Burt with the kickoff. It comes down to Sattler. Gives it back to Colin Ward, who aims up at them.
That's good, mate.
Here's Ned Caddick. John Lang goes to his bench again.
Forward.
The forwards a break. In stifling conditions. Gall standing there. Grabbed by Dean Witters, the former Rooster there with the help of Andrew Ryan.
Let it go, don't.
Driving backwards before Gall picks up an extra couple of metres. Ward again now. Solid tackle over the top by the Parramatta lock forward Ryan, who got him.
I tell you what, I reckon he might be in a bit of trouble there just quietly in that tackle.
Colin Ward very uneasy on his feet, getting back to his feet. As Lee Hopkins also now is out there for the Panthers. He gets a touch. Prittis kicking from dummy half. Not a bad kick either. Send Hodgson back inside his own 10. A pretty good chase team from the Panthers on this occasion. Straight across the paddock. There were 5 or 6 of them there.
Colin Ward in the back play there nearly fell over trying to get back into position. The trainer's just gone out to him, but he said he's all right. He's going to continue.
Daniel Wagon trying to elude the tackle of Chris Hicks. Girdler was there to help him. Irvine now going from dummy half. Still no sign of Brad Drew, cooling his heels on the bench, waiting for his chance. David Solomona gets his now as he takes it across the halfway line. Witters fires it to McFadden, who was chipping over the top looking for a regather. Gower is there to beat him to the ball. Didn't work out too badly for him though. Picked up a lot of metres on the play as Lewis goes from dummy half and goes straight down the middle of the park. Step past Hodgson as well. Here's Drew now coming to try and pick him up, and he stops him just outside the 30. Great run by the youngster. Prentice, a long pass to Gabler, who drops it.
I'll tell you what, the ball should have gone to Reece Wesser, because that was great there. Great work by Luke Lewis from his own 15-metre mark. He went straight down the middle of the Parramatta side, which is a very, very strong step. Hodgson, that's a very hard bit of work to do. And Drew came across, lucky he was fine fit. That's the man who should have got the ball, the number 1. Goes out nice and wide. And Girdler comes up with a second drop ball here this afternoon in the first half.
The pass was out in front of him. It was a hard one to take, and he didn't need that. Certainly at that stage, having scored a try to narrow the gap to 8 points. He'd have scored then, would have been buoyant in the final minutes of this first half. Newton now takes a settler from dummy half. Drew making the play from dummy half now.
Roll off.
Hindmarsh will play it. Back to the live wire, former Panther. What a season he had last year.
Well, there's danger signs now for the Penrith side.
Give away a stupid penalty.
No, Brad. You got it, mate. Yeah, well, you got the penalty.
Luke Prentice just getting tangled up with Brad Drew there. Prentice aggrieved at the decision from Tim Mander. Will give the Eels the chance from 30 metres out.
That's where your marker defence and your tight defenders really have to be strong around the middle of the park. With Brad Drew now taking the field.
Ryan, a fast play the ball, gives Drew some space to move in. He takes them on.
Scott,
just 11 metres short. Tackled by Colin Ward. Solomona gets the dummy half. Comes back to the short side. Gives it off to Violecki, who couldn't handle it. Ooh, it came to Lewis. Luke Burt only just got him by the shorts. A good thing too, otherwise he might have gone the length of the field.
Here it is.
Jody Gall.
2. Walk off.
What a fast play the ball is away as well to Reece Wesser. Doing some good work now with these Panthers forwards. Some little men coming off the backs of good charges and fast play the balls as Gower turns it back on the inside for Elford. About 8 metres short of the halfway line.
Okay,
Hopkins
last one.
plays it at the mid-stripe. Last tackle now as Gower gets the kick in. Just over the head of Hodgson. Force him to bring it back out from his own 20 once again and make these Eels forwards work hard. Hicks dives at Hodgson. Couldn't come up with him, but Girdler can.
No penalties. White cop.
McFadden.
And 2.
Will play it just outside their own 20. Here's Witters. Good run from the former Rooster.
Let it go, don't roll.
Tackled by Prentice. Once again getting tangled up there in the play of the ball. And Hindmarsh breaks the line. Yet again, he's got Mooney with him. The only player who can tackle him is Luke Rooney, but he can't get there. Just like that, the Panthers were attacking, the Eels hit back on the counter and Mooney scores to make it 18 points to 6.
Well, we mentioned the right-hand side of the Penrith defence early in the call, and this time Nathan Hindmarsh straight through Craig Gower, running wide the big second rower. Got a good turn of speed. Jason Moody coming from the wing, back on the inside to score the try near the post.
That's good work, isn't it? He's actually come from the right-hand wing to end up just down the middle of the field as Nathan Hindmarsh goes through the Craig Gower tackle, lines himself up beautifully. Luke Rooney comes across. He had no chance of getting to this flying machine. And I'll tell you what, he's done tremendous to make sure that he's run probably 30 or 40 metres to get to the pass and then come up with the try at the same time. I talked about Jody. Sorry, mate.
That'll just ease his heartbeat for the moment. It would have been a little bit higher after seeing the Panthers score so easily from the scrum win and then also go very close on a couple of other occasions.
I think the message went out about tightening up that ruck area and taking the ball one off the ruck and just taking it straight at them and get a quick play of the ball.
Bird pretty much right in front again. Kicks it and puts them once again 14 in front. A couple of minutes left here in this first half at Parramatta Stadium. It's the Eels 20 who lead the Panthers 6. All the mood swings on the benches. John Lang suddenly not looking quite as upbeat as he was a few moments ago after they'd scored. Time left in this first half though to narrow that gap again. Craig Gower Hasn't been a great afternoon for the new captain in defence on that right-hand side. They've really carved them open down that side of the field time and time again. McFadden takes the kick on his own goal line as Ryan tracks across field.
Up high one, roll away!
Almost
Roll
as if
off.
they're programmed now just to head
Hold
straight
back.
to the left-hand side of the field, the Eels. Solomona.
At 2. Come on, mate. Stay with me here. Wait for it here. Back out.
Jamie Lyon, who's hardly seen the ball at all,
On
comes
3.
midfield to get a
No
touch.
hands.
Starved of possession. Andrew Ryan.
At 4. Hold it. Get off.
Still 12 metres on his
3.
own side of halfway. He'll play it back to Drew. Pass above the head of Butner, who gathered it in and kicked in the one motion. Lewis fields it for the Panthers. Looks up and there's just a wall of yellow and blue jumpers there right in front of him. 10 or 12 of them right across the paddock.
At 2. Here it is. Wait, Dean. Wait.
Wesser gives it to Ned Caddick. Beat the tackle of Witters onto Girdler, then Sattler. He got in behind Moody before he handed off to Hicks. Into Parramatta territory. Girdler sees McFadden was offside. It should have been penalised. He grabbed him when he wasn't at marker, wasn't back to 10. And Tim Mander says play on.
Well, that's happened a couple of times today, Warren.
Here's Gower stepping back inside them, gets it back again. Good ball from Gaul. Now Luke Rooney puts it on the toe, but nobody really chasing through there for the Panthers. They perhaps weren't expecting it, but once the kick was put in, nobody's showing too much urgency to try and chase it through. The Eels have it through Solomona with 90 seconds left.
Well, they look good, Penrith, when they got the football and they're able to create a lot of second phase play. Getting short numbers. Parramatta, we were talking about Penrith earlier, not controlling the backdoor passes that the Parramatta side were doing, going back in the defensive line. Now Parramatta are doing the same. They're not waiting till the tackle's completed.
Last one.
McFadden almost got away from them again. Between Pritis there and also Ned Caddick. Here's Butner. Kicking in between Wesser and Lewis again. Lewis lost it in the sun. I think it was a bad decision to leave it if he did. It bounces up for Luke Burt. How simple is that for the Eels? Lewis had his hands out. He couldn't see it, I'm sure. And the bounce was a terrible one for the Panthers.
I just make sure the last one when the ball was kicked at the end there, he wasn't in front of him.
Tim Mander wants to make a bird of it just to see if anybody was offside as the ball bounced backwards towards the Eels. But Lewis, you could see him standing there like an outfielder at deep mid-wicket at cricket. He couldn't see the ball, had the hands up, and then the bounce was awful.
I think the ball has been kicked forward, which he's entitled to do. I think the bloke that's coming through, Luke Burt, he's definitely behind. It's more a crossfield kick. I think there was more luck than anything. And Luke Burt, plenty of speed. Unfortunately for the young Luke Lewis, he did let it bounce. The sun was in his eyes, but he's been terrific out here this afternoon. He's looked dangerous every time he's run the football. Unlucky early in the piece just to hit the sideline. It's going to look like a try. This should be a 4-pointer right on half-time for the Eels.
And it is a try. The Eels get their 5th of the first half. While all that was happening, the half-time siren went. This clock is supposed to stop while we're looking at the video. One of those decisions. The timekeepers didn't take the time off, and the siren has sounded. We've lost a bit of time here in the first half. There it is again. Luke Lewis won't want to look at that back on the replay, but as you said, he's done very well in the first half. Things just don't go your way sometimes in his first run-on appearance in the top grade. Burt adds the extra 2 to add to his own personal tally, and at half-time, it's a sorry scoreline for the Panthers. They were 36-point losers in this corresponding game last year, and at the break, it's 26 points to 6 as they head to the sheds for a well-earned rest here at Parramatta Stadium. We'll also take a break and come back to look at those highlights of the first half right after this. The Cheer Girls are back out on the Parramatta Stadium, waiting for both teams to pick up where they left off. 26 points to 6 at the break in favour of the home team. Let's take a look at some of the stats from the first half, and no surprise to see that Parramatta had the best as far as the possession goes, and also the penalties going their way as well. 5-3 in favour of the Eels, Laurie.
Well, the Eels certainly dominated early. You can see their completion rates on a hot day. 18 out of 23 is great. Penrith, their completion rates aren't too bad, but they just haven't had enough of the football. The Eels have made 5 line breaks compared to 2. I thought there was a lot more offloading in this game than what we've seen up there so far, but the missed tackles, 14. I'm sure John Lang would have addressed that at half-time.
That's one area we'll very closely look at after this game if they go on to lose it by a margin. At the moment, the Eels out in front by 20. Obviously, as John Lang said, it was the major area they had to work on, defence, in the build-up to this 2002 season. From what we've seen so far, there's still some ways to getting things right, quite obviously. Nathan Hindmarsh, 10 hit-ups, 12 tackles, 1 offload, and, well, he did everything bar kick the goals himself.
He's a sensational player, Nathan Hindmarsh. 12 tackles, 10 hit-ups, especially on a hot day. There's a lot of other things that he does in this game. He supports well. He runs plenty of decoys.
And Laurie, he hasn't had a break yet after 40 minutes. So his first break was at half-time.
No starts, fellas.
Tim Mander blows time back on for the second half at Parramatta Stadium. The Eels have it with Jamie Lyon. They lead by 20. Drew gives it to Solomona. A long way before he got to a Penrith jumper. Colin Ward was there to stop him. Picked up about 12 or 13 metres. Andrew Ryan now.
3. Roll off, roll off.
Drew gives it to McFadden. Drives it low. Also has to go a long way back to pick it up, almost to his own goal line, in fact. Once again, he'll look up and see a wall of Parramatta jumpers there. He takes a crossfield. Solomona gets him. Just notice the difference in the small things between these two sides. Parramatta's kick and chase is so much better than Penrith.
Also the speed of the line in the defensive aspect of this game. Parramatta really getting up hard. Penrith, on the other hand, I suppose they've done a lot of tackling in the first half, but their line speed is not as fast as what this Parramatta team is. And with the rule changes this year, your line really has to get up and put a lot of pressure on the attacking side.
Caddick plays it for the Panthers. There's Jody Gall running onto it once again. Another good game for the second/front rower. Kick off the side of the boot, spiral punt from Craig Gower. Sits up for Luke Bird to pick it up about 12 on his own side of halfway. Butner. Hodgson got away from Gall. Dangerous player he is. Witters, short ball for Wagon. Hicks down low, Gall over the top. A little bit fired up as well. Exchange between the two players.
Square it up, come back, come back.
Wasn't too happy about things. Craig Gower seemed to be travelling all that well at the moment, remembering he had trouble with both calf muscles in the off-season and really was in some sort of doubt leading into this game. See how he's travelling throughout the second 40 minutes here. An awful bounce for Michael Butner. It wasn't too bad though for Andrew McFadden, who puts it on the toe for Brad Drew to score.
That is sensational bit of work there. Great bit of work by Andy McFadden and also Brad Drew supporting on the inside. Realising it was last tackle, Butner put the ball over. McFadden getting the lucky bounce. The ball has bounced Parramatta's way here this afternoon. We see Butner putting the kick over the top. Reece Wesser standing very deep. Doesn't attack the ball, takes the odds of the ball bouncing to him. It bounces away from him. McFadden, lovely pick up straight on the left foot. That's skill. They've practiced that, this Parramatta team. Straight to Brad Drew. Sensational bit of work.
That is absolutely tremendous stuff there by Michael Butner. But again, the bounce of the ball really going the Parramatta way. And beautiful hands by Andrew McFadden. The put down's all right. great backup, and that has been the difference between the two sides so far in this game. The ability of the Parramatta players to get there and back each other up and come up with the points when needed.
Just 2.5 minutes gone in this second half. The Eels at try number 6 for the game.
It's just great awareness from McFadden, realising that he had to get the football away, otherwise he would have been tackled. He's got confidence in his own ability to just put it on the left boot. You see again, Buettner. If he received the ball there, I'm sure that he might have scored. And lovely hands. And look at the chasers. There was Solomona there. There was Violecki there sniffing around. The support play of this Parramatta team is absolutely sensational.
Well, Luke Burt, fair bit of practice already in this game. Really in danger of getting quite a hiding now, the Panthers. Luke Burt slots it home. That's 32 points to 6. It shows you with Rabbitohs, 40 points to 6 loses against the Roosters. Not into a hot side, they can rack up a big score against you, and it puts into perspective a little bit the score line that the Rabbitohs went down by on Friday night. As though we are comparing them to the Wooden Spooners of 2001. Solomona it is who has it for the Parramatta Eels. 15 out from his own line. Drew comes to McFadden again. They work it to the left very quickly. Chan got away from Gower. A ball back for Hodgson. He got away from Lewis. No, he didn't. The young winger did well. Here's Drew from dummy half. Chan again. What a game he's having. The call up for the injured Michael Vella. He has taken the chance very firmly in both hands. Drew from dummy half. Got away from the Jody Gall tackle. Craig Gower, there's no doubt that he is anything but 100% at the moment. He is struggling out there on both legs. Be beaten so easily by Alex Chan. Here he is again with Nathan Hindmarsh. Violecki holds it out, the Statue of Liberty play. He gives it back to Hindmarsh. He'll get up and go again. They can't put them to ground and stop them offloading at the moment. Drew to McFadden on the last tackle, chipping across the top. Chris Hicks is there, got away from Witters. They've avoided the Eels as far as that try line, the score line, adding to it once again the Panthers, but wow, they look likely to score every time they get the ball, Parramatta.
Well, it's just the ability to create second phase play. This Penrith side just can't go with them. They can't wrap up the football. They're going in low in defence. Maybe they might have to change their target area, go a little bit higher. And when they've got numbers in the tackle, make sure that they wrap the ball up.
That won't help. Jody Gall put it down, a real simple one as well. He's taking a hit up. Here they come from 35 metres out. Lyon is wrapped up by Hicks. The help there of Girdler. McFadden gives it to Witters. He's been impressive so far. There's nobody with a blue or gold jumper. He hasn't been. Buettner, cut out ball for Violecki. Gives it back to Nathan Hindmarsh. Still just 16 metres out from the Panthers line. Solomona now. Has to step off the right foot. Right forefoot, but the ball comes loose. In fact, it went forward.
I think he was effectively held, mate.
Pass after he was tackled. Oh, did you see the players there go to him saying, well, I don't think he was held. And the referee said, I think he was. And I think that there just shows you he was held completely and laying on the ground at the same time, David Solomon. Good presence of mind to actually offload the ball at the same. There's really what has upset this Panthers side. They really can't take a trick. We talked about the defence, Laurie. It's just very, very slow. But probably the major drama is that they haven't had enough ball here today.
Gower comes to Ned Caddick. An offload to Gower again. Now Girdler on the outside of Wagon, who grabs him by the shoulder of the jumper and slings him to ground. Reece Wesser came into this game with an Achilles injury himself.
Over the line.
Lee Hopkins will play it for them. Couple of tackles left in this set of 6. Caddick to Wesser, shows it, gives it to Welford.
That's their four, is it? Four.
Reece Wesser grubbering on what was the last tackle, even though Tim Mander was confused. There's no confusion, though, as to who's got it. Brett Hodgson is looking to go downfield a long way as well for the Eels.
He's a very honest player, Reece Wesser. They have another tackle up their sleeve. The referee missed it.
On two. Because it was tackle 4, Scott. It's tackle 4, forget it.
There's a battle going out there. Does anybody know what the tackle count is?
Three, roll away.
He's going to win anyway.
You've come in late. You've come in late.
That wouldn't have anything to do with Scott Sattler asking the question, would it? The penalty, Laurie?
I think he was spot on, Scotty Sattler.
Yeah.
The flop from Ned Caddick. And the Eels will have 6 more tackles. They'll be just 40 metres out from the Penrith line. Line. And around the back of Witters, and then looped a pass which sat up for Wagon. He got in behind Gower. Hopkins was there to help him complete the tackle.
Come on, Ned.
Here's Chan. Slipped around Jody Gall easily, then got it on to McFadden. It was a knock on. It comes to Girdler, though. That should have been play on for mine. Girdler's going to scoot away and score what he thinks is a try for the Panthers. The play will come back.
We've got gone both ways here. Parramatta first. That's right.
I'll have to disagree with that. I think he might have been able to go to the video referee there. I don't think Girdler played the football, so it might have been an accidental knock on, therefore play on. See McFadden. No, that's a try. That's play on. I can't believe that he's pulled that up.
Why didn't the video referee say, why don't we go back and have a quick look at it? You can see he rushes out of the line here. Girdler goes in. The ball's been put down by him. And that is, I agree with you, Laurie. Oh, that's straight over the sticks.
And that's why the players get frustrated.
Well, we go to the video referee for everything else. Why don't we go for that?
Okay, nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
There we go. Wait there.
The Panthers have it.
Knock back.
Pass from Gower.
I'll tell you what, just
Alright,
going back to that
6.
scrum, sorry there, Warren. I reckon the Parramatta side should have been penalised because not one of those players are actually in the scrum whatsoever before the ball even came out.
Up play 2. Wait the line, hold the line.
Here's Colin Ward.
On 3. Here it is. No starts.
He'll play it. It comes back. Jody Gall.
On 4.
From dummy half, Prentice goes quickly through the hands of Caddick. Now back to Gower. Wesser was there with him. He was marked,
last
so
one.
Gower went back to
Roll
his
back,
left-hand
roll back.
side. He's tackled just outside the Eels 30. Hopkins gives it to Sattler. He'll chip across the top. Rooney is flying through. They need the ball to sit down, but it'll beat everybody across the dead ball line.
It was the right play there by the Panthers. Rooney was chasing, just had a little bit too much on the kick. And that's been the story of the day so far for this Penrith side. It's a game of inches, and the inches just haven't been going Penrith's way.
Up play 1.
Solomona has it.
Square. Hold, no. Get square.
Under half an hour left in this game. The Eels coasting here against the Panthers. 32 points to 6.
Harris tackled. He was affected.
Lee Hopkins has raked the ball out in the tackle, according to Tim Mander. The Eels will get the chance to pick up some metres here again and go on the attack, try and add to this scoreline. Already they've scored 6 tries in the game. David Violecki has a treble. All of them coming within 10 minutes of the opening whistle. Bird has scored, as has Moody. Brad Drew, the try scorer in this second half so far.
No hands.
Wagon plays it. It comes back from Drew to Nathan Kalis. Out there fresh again.
Back up, fellas. Brian, all the way.
McFadden to Witters. Back inside the attempted tackle there of Sattler, who cuffed him around the shoulder. Hodgson at first receiver. Has Butner outside him. Solomona there. A ball out the back. Sleight of hand as Hodgson gets it on to Violecki.
On 4.
Just 11 metres away with 2 tackles left.
Teddy.
Wagon, feed it to Butner. He'll go wide to McFadden. A cut-out ball, the intercept. Kingdo picked it up. They were offside. Play continues on downfield. But there's a whistle from Tim Mander, a metre from the Panthers try line.
Lucky to wait for the replay. Yeah, someone got him.
Well, he's claiming victory on that penalty there, Tim Mander, but he couldn't claim victory on the other decision. Unfortunately for the Panthers, Girdler, he couldn't go the distance. And Scott Sattler,
Scott, I'm not interested, mate.
especially with the interpretation of this new rule.
Well, that one
Yeah,
there
look,
was so obvious.
as soon as he plays that ball, he's allowed to leave.
Two in the tackle, he dropped the ball out. Second penalty go.
Yeah, he was effectively held, mate. Came in and pushed the ball out.
Push the ball out.
Yeah.
Craig Gower on the losing end of the argument with Tim Mander. Suppose he's always going to be. Scoreline 32 points to 6. Sorry afternoon for the new captain. It's a really hot day. Things are going anything but his and his team's way. They're being thumped by 26. Might be 28 in a moment. Luke Burt about 10 to the right-hand side of the post. Strikes it well and adds the 2 points from the penalty. That's 34 points to 6. The Eels doing it in a canter over the Panthers at the moment. It's a shame to be having to say it in the first game of the season, but the Panthers here really picking up where they left off last season. And they just need something from these final 25 minutes to go into next week with.
You can also say that they've probably been disallowed 2 other tries in this game, which could have resulted in a different viewpoint, especially on the scoreboard. Mr. Lang, he doesn't look too unhappy, but he doesn't really change his expression that much, does he, Laurie? Just sort of sits there and takes it all in his stride.
He'll be hurting inside though.
Yes, I think so. Ryan Goulart has plenty of practice of kicking off anyway. He's doing that well.
Jason Moody with it for the Eels. Fast play the ball. Now 5 minutes away from 60-second break at the 20-minute mark. Players will get the chance to take on some more fluid.
On 3, here it is.
Chan. Wagon to Solomona. Good offloader. One-hander to Wagon. Here's Chan again. What a game he's having. Hodgson was tackled before he had it by Caddick.
Taken out. Grabbed him before he had the ball. Grabbed him before he had the ball.
Slow down.
Broke down the play.
Good call on that occasion. Ed Caddick had him in a bit of a wrestle hole before Brett Hodgson could get at the ball.
They've got to be careful, the Panthers, that they don't lose concentration, especially arguing with the referee. They're not going to win out here this afternoon arguing with the referee.
That's one issue they would have been making sure they try to fix up. As Brian Smith looks on, he's pretty relaxed. And I'm talking about the Panther side with the ill discipline last year. That's one of the issues that John Lang would have worked on strong in the off-season to try and fix up. And now the Parramatta side, I should say, go on attack.
Solomona being herded backwards. Will play it to Drew. Nathan Kalis. Wagon running an angle for him. Butner away to Jamie Lyon. Just the way they practice it during the week of training. Wagon ran the angle. Took the eyes of the Panthers defence and they were lined up on the outside waiting for the meat tray at the local. 38 points to 6.
Great play there by Parramatta. As you mentioned, Warren, they would have practiced this play. Again, Kalis, the skill of the forwards, a long ball to Butner. Witters ducks in underneath and just an out ball to Jamie Lyon. Gets on the outside of Chris Hicks, goes under and scores under the post.
And this has been an issue all day really with the Panthers side in defence on the left-hand side. They just played it too short, didn't go up quick enough, and they slid probably too late. But Butner did a magnificent ball. Just have a look at this. The line of the Panthers, there are so many players back here. Then they've got to try and rush forward to take the man. And just too much pace, Jamie Lyon, just on the outside of Chris Hicks. He had no chance to foot it with him. And that was a great ball. Still started with Nathan Kalis.
Bird 5 of 7 already today. Will improve on his 80% success rate in 2001. He keeps getting conversion attempts from that position. 40 points to 6. We've still got plenty of time for the Eels to run up quite a scoreline here. They might be on track for their first half century of the season. Ben Rorty is back out there for the Panthers. Something special from him. And this man also, Martin Lang, the new front row combination with the Panthers in 2002. Here's Kalis. Brings it back up towards the 20. They'll stop him there.
No, don't go forward, you lose it.
McFadden.
Up player 2, here's the mark. Get the hand out, Ben.
Drew cutting back to his right-hand side quickly. Witters with him.
On 3.
Taken by Girdler with the help of Sattler. And again, Moody wrapping down the blind side.
4. Let it go.
Witters from dummy half. Here's Wagon.
Okay, last one, mark a square.
Witters into Penrith territory.
Square it up,
He'll
square
play
it
it.
up.
45 out from their line. Drew, long ball. Moody, he had no option, I suppose. He was either going to watch it,
Let's just kick
go
that one.
behind him into the touch.
Scrum, yeah.
And he threw the leg out at it. Same result anyway. And that might be the chance to take a break as we tick down towards the 20-minute
Let's have the drink
mark.
break, fellas.
There it is. Tim Mandrew looks at the clock and says, that'll do it. Let's take on a little bit of fluid, have a break for a moment, and give the Panthers time to regroup. And don't they need it, of course. Don't forget that the Fox fan poll, this last 20 minutes, you can ring us and let us know who you think is the man to take out the Man of the Match award today. 0419 the number, 756 666. SMS us your man of the match. 0419 again this number, 0419 675 666. Jot that number down, SMS us your man of the match. You get to decide who is the player of the game.
And who is yours, Warren? Wiz, I think Nathan Hindmarsh has certainly played great out here this afternoon, but you could pick a number of Parramatta players.
Oh, I think Alex Chandler's had a big game himself. Along with Nathan Kalis. I think they've all played pretty well. And you can just see the boys here from Pantherville. They're not looking very, very happy at all. A bit dejected. We thought they'd go a lot better here today than they have. But there's a couple of areas that they need to fix up, and that's probably their speed of their line and their defence. Really not going towards the Parramatta side at all. Just put them under all sorts of pressure. See the boys having a bit of a chat. So let's get on with it.
Easy, nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Gower with the scrum feed for the Panthers. What can they take out of this last quarter of the match?
That one, not eyes.
As Rooney plays it.
Screw it up.
John Cross puts it up towards the halfway line. Hopkins still working a dummy half as Lang powers forward.
On 3,
He
roll
did for
away,
all
roll
those
off.
years with the Sharks. Sattler. Pulatua. The long break now through the middle section of this
Roll
game.
away.
Plays it just outside the 30. Rorty running at them. Picked up by Solomona with the help
Hell,
of
last
Wagon.
one.
5 tackles gone. The 20 out as Gower runs to them. Grubbers for the in goal. Moody, or rather Bird it was, who got the boot to it. Took no chances with it. And the Panthers put together a good set of 6. They'll get the ball back from the goal line dropout.
It's one of the few opportunities I've had inside the opposition's 30-metre mark. But before that, Tony Pulatua went to the line. He got his arms free. He turned. He said, look, where are you? And that's one of the major problem with the Panthers here today has been their backup. It's been lacking in a few areas when they've had the opportunities with the ball.
Fellas.
Nathan Kalis just receiving a little bit of attention there. Seemed to be bothered by his left shoulder. Brett Hodgson just make sure all the Eels are back behind him as he takes the goal line dropout. And 45 on the fly to Luke Lewis. He's picked up by Alex Chan. Fox fan poll, he might be a man who might receive a few votes this afternoon. Been very impressive, the front rower. Here's Lang playing it to Rorty. To cross inside the Eels 20. Haven't had too many tackles there this afternoon. Gower switches the attack back to the left-hand side. Girdler now on the outside of former teammate Brad Drew.
On the line. Give us a hand.
Jamie Lyon helps stop him at the 10. Wesser fires it to Sattler. Gower outside him. The hands free. It fell from his grasp, went straight to Daniel Wagon.
Hasn't been his most memorable game, Craig Gower, this afternoon. Tried hard, but things just haven't been coming off for him. It is his first run. I'm sure he will be better off for it. The Panthers do need him to play some good football if they're a chance in this competition this season.
Here's Hodgson.
On 3 on the line.
Going quickly from dummy half. He's a threat to break the line every time he touches it from that position.
That's been a big difference in the area too, is getting out of their own red zone, you might say. They've had 4 or 5 runs out of dummy half and made 50 metres, and a great offload out of McFadden now. Back inside the Withers.
The pass went to ground behind Jamie Lyon. Moody will go back and pick it up.
Okay, last one.
That's been one of the big keys
Tony, no penalties.
and differences between the two sides here this afternoon, is the ability of the Parramatta team to offload in the tackle, whereas Penrith haven't done too many.
Good kick from McFadden to Violecki, who took it athletically and fired the pass back on the inside. Oh, knocked it on again, the Panthers. Simple pass to pull the 2 up off the fingertips, straight to ground. And the Eels get 6 more from close range.
Well, it's a pass that I think Martin Lang probably shouldn't have thrown. I know they are behind on the scoreboard, but they've only just received the ball. They've just done 5 tackles in a row, then chased that kick at the same time. Should have just taken the tackle.
Take our time here. Take our time. Outside, mate.
McFadden. Butner onto Lyons. Trying to step inside. He didn't need to step inside. Threw a magical pass to Jason Moody. He gets his second of the afternoon, and it's 44 points to 6.
That was just great bit of play there by Jamie Lyon, and also great awareness from Jason Moody. Not assuming that the tackle is complete. He chased up on the play. Jamie Lyon, he's big and strong. Just a simple play from midfield. Butner gets the ball to Lyon, one-on-one with Luke Rooney and Chris Hicks. The ability to offload the football. That's what's killed Penrith this afternoon. The ability of all these players in this Parramatta team to offload the footy.
Jamie Lyon goes in and away, gets the tackle right around the legs, releases the right arm, flicks it up beautifully for Moody. As you said, Laurie, tremendous athleticism with the players involved and getting inside their man, and then having the ability to offload at any stage of the game. And don't worry, it's not just the centres and the wingers that can do it, it's the front rows at the same time, as now Luke Burton looks to add another 2 points.
And pretty much right in front of the posts again. The winger sticks an extra 2 across, and it's 46 points to 6. Last year, the margin of this corresponding game was 34 points. Right now, it's 40, and there are 15 minutes left, and also plenty of time still for the Fox fan poll. 0419 675 666. SMS us your man of the match vote. That's 0419 675 666. Tell us who you think should be the player of the game here between the Eels and the Panthers. Will be one of the locals. Plenty of players have thrown their hand up for that honour this afternoon to be the first man voted by the fans to be the man of the match. Kalis brings it back outside the Eels 20.
Come on, back.
One more try will give us the half century. Surely John Lang wasn't thinking his side would concede 50 points in the first game of the season. Here's Solomona.
3, square up, markers. Square them up.
Almost 14 and a half minutes left. And they're a heavy shade of odds on to do it as well, the Eels.
Back with me, back with me.
Drew kicking in behind Wesson and Lewis. Will go back to his own goal line to pick it up.
Just look at that kick chase, 14 minutes to go. The whole team, bar Brett Hodgson, chase that football down the field. They're in a line. Now Penrith, as they're working the ball off their try line, they're all bunched. They're running one out. Just makes it real easy for this Parramatta team as Martin Lang cops it beauty.
From Alex Chan, he has been dynamic in attack, very good in defence. Super tackle there on Martin Lang. Nathan Kalis running back into position there was also in that tackle with Alex Chan on Martin Lang. A little bit groggy as well again. Doesn't look to be
last one.
travelling too well with that left shoulder.
Out of it, Daniel.
Here's Gower.
No, not true, the other one.
Pass to Sattler. Comes to cross. Almost intercepted by Jamie Lyon. There was nobody in front of him. He would have strolled across to score his second try of the game. So that man Moody, who had the ball, he also already has a double. Violecki a hat-trick. Day out for the back line of this Parramatta Eels side.
You didn't get the ball back up. Yeah, your feet. Yeah, sorry, I was talking Daniel Wagon.
I was asking questions here, Warren.
That's what I was thinking too. And they thought they knew the answer. Good for Nathan Kalis now leaving the field.
Formation. Bend your backs.
They've been working on him since he came off the bench back onto the field.
Just take it easy. Here we go. Get in, Craig.
A slight concern. A slight concern, perhaps.
Make sure you're back,
Parramatta
Craig.
staff.
Make sure you're back.
And front
No.
carrying
Listen,
injury
fellas.
already at this
Just
stage
get
of the
your
season.
formation first.
Gower has it from the scrum base for the Panthers. Here's Elford. The ball in his hands too many times this afternoon. They're pushing the ground.
That's Mark.
Trying to slow the play the ball down. And it's John Cross who finds the line, picks up barely a couple of metres. And they'll tap it through Luke Prittis. Gower. Ball to Girdler. Cut out play for Reece Wesson. Everything happening pretty much in slow motion at the moment for the Panthers.
Wait here.
And the difference between the two sides is actually the way they run the ball up. And Parramatta running beautiful straight lines. Oh, this is a great ball to Moody. Here's trouble for the Panthers once again.
He cuts back on the inside. It comes through Irvine to Hodgson. They're in the queue again. Oh, Drew had 5 or 6 on his left-hand side. Went back to the right. He needed to pass it. They're looking for the half century. It might come in this set of 6. Here's Wagon.
Let's tackle one.
Slipped as he got the defensive
here,
line. John Cross was there to
square.
stop him.
Ben
11
Roddy,
minutes
get it.
left. 46-6, the Eels lead the Panthers. Another penalty. The markers weren't square again.
Marker.
They've got to take the tap. Don't take the kick for goal, boys. Let's keep the entertainment going for the fans here at the stadium as well as the ones who are watching this live on Fox Sports. Butner finds the line. They'll go on the attack. Good decision.
Great call. You'd make a good captain, Warren.
Here's Ryan. Call me Alfie Langer. I'll take the quick tap every time.
All the way.
Here's Irvine to Solomona. They got up in his face pretty quickly. He spins away from them. And his basketball moves and still gets the offload away. Violecki looking for number 4. He's only a couple of metres away.
Teddy.
Here's Irvine. It's to play the ball from Violecki. Wagon. They get up quickly again. Prittis chops him down.
All the way.
To the right-hand side. Irvine goes from dummy half. Reached out. Count it. That's the 50-er. Pretty simple in the end. They were looking further afield. They thought the ball was going wide. They rushed up. There was a small gap there, and Irvine found it.
Well, it's a luxury when you can carry 2 quality players in your as your hooker. Brad Drew has been outstanding running from dummy half, as has this kid here, Daniel Irvine. Good scoot from dummy half. The defenders in the middle were a bit wide off their line. Just opened up. Look how deep and wide Reece Wesser is. Luke Prittis comes from marker. He should have been tighter and moving forward.
got the ability of Daniel Irvine there to get the ball out one-handed and put it over. The two men making the tackle, and Prentice and Reece Wesser. And now, once again, I say, Luke Burt to add the two.
Luke Burt will be loving this, making up quite a tally himself this afternoon from pretty much close range at every attempt. 52 points to 6. Don't forget about our Fox fan poll, 0419 675 666. SMS us your man of the match vote. Our lines are open as we speak.
Interesting to note there, Alex Chan leaving the field. Brian Smith called him over, shook his hand, said, well done, tremendous job. And he has certainly led by example, taking the Penrith pack apart in different stages of the game. He's been good with the ball in his hand, some great offloads at the same time.
Ryan Girdler, a very familiar position, restarting things from the halfway line yet again. Solomona it is. He has it for the Eels, looking to keep things going from the kick-off here. Lost it. Pulatua has it. A little carefree now with the ball. Why wouldn't they be? 46 up. Just under 8 minutes left here at Parramatta. Gower plays it. Here's Lang.
On three,
tackled
on the line.
by
With the
Wagon.
hand right across. Nashi. On three. Wait.
Prentice to Girdler. Tracking across field.
Four. All the way. David
One in front of the
Bailey.
post, 10 out from the line. Pulatua had a quiet afternoon, got a ball away though to Gower. He flipped it up straight to Jamie Lyon. He was tackled by Martin Lang, a good thing too because they were charging again, the Eels. Ian Hindmarsh. It's a chance to finish off the game after spending most of the second half on the bench. Here's Dean Witters.
On three, let it go.
Very happy with his form in his first game for the Eels. Andrew Ryan now. Short ball to Violecki. What a lovely pass to Luke Burt. He's got Buettner back on the inside, but he won't need him. He went away from Reece Wesser. Luke Burt gets a double this afternoon. What a points tally he's raking up. What about the scoreline for the Eels? They lead them now by 50.
Just great play by the Eels, as we've been saying all day. The ability to offload the football and the support play of this team is first class. We saw it last year when they created all sorts of records with the ball in hand, and this year is going to be no different if today's effort is anything to go by. Luke Burt, bang off his left, straight around Reece Wesser. Just a pleasure to watch.
I'll tell you what, this guy here, Violecki's offloaded another great pass. He scored 3 tries himself. Gave that ball to Luke Burt in a great position. I'll tell you what, if anyone's going to get the SMS player of the day, I reckon Violecki may be a standout, Laurie Daly.
3 tries, Wiz.
And he's a Kiwi, so all my mates will be ringing him.
He's in the test team, will he?
Too much every time I've got to keep pressing this message on my phone.
2 tries, 8 goals already. He can make it 9 as he converts his own second try. Luke Burt makes it 58 points to 6. The Eels are giving the Panthers a hiding. Reminiscent. We saw far too many occasions for the Panthers last year. Wretched way to start the new season. Coaching staff have been pretty happy with the enthusiasm in the club during the pre-season. One of the enthusiasm they had coming into this game has been totally sapped from them. This really is an enormous scoreline. Girdler kicks it off once again. Comes back to Ian Hindmarsh. Moody. Step away from dummy half.
Hold it back, all the way back.
Irvine, try scorer himself already this afternoon. Back to Moody. Back up near the halfway line.
Here we go, here's the mark.
Still plenty of time for one more, if not perhaps 2 more tries, dare I say it. Drew, pass behind Hodgson, picked up by Andrew Ryan.
On 4, roll off.
Tackled by both Gower and Pulatua. Witters. showing it. He's got away from Gower. 5 tackles gone. Last one here for the Eels in this set as Drew chips over the top. It wasn't a great chip. They're trying everything at the moment. What do you think if you're John Lang? He gave up plenty of points in the pre-season. We've given up almost 60 already here today. Wooden Spooners in 2001. People were picking the West Tigers for that honour in 2002. They'll be changing their minds after what we saw yesterday at the showground and what we've seen here today at Parramatta.
Obviously, there's a lot of improvement that has to come from this Penrith side if they are to make the top 8, but I wouldn't be writing them off just yet. I think that
last one.
Ryan Girdler and Craig Gower have had disruptive pre-season programs. This is their first real hit out for the season. Both carried injuries into the off-season. I think they'll be better for the run and they'll be better for the combinations. But I think it's just been the ability of this side, Parramatta, that they've played today to unload the ball. Their support play's been first class. And that they have been hurting since the off-season, this Parramatta team. Since that grand final loss, a lot of people have spoken about it. And I suppose the best way to show people that you're ready to go out and go one better this year is to put in a good performance first up.
When you're ready, Brad. Go for it, mate.
And they've done exactly that. Here's Brad Drew now working the scrum as Hodgson gives it away to Violecki. There's still time for him to join the club of players who have all scored 4 tries in a game for the Eels. Unfortunately for the Panthers by Shane Alford. It came back to Brad Hodgson and he'll play it to Michael Butner. Here's Ryan. Good will be hoping for a chance. One more goal at least. Currently has 26 points in the game. Trails Mick Cronin's club record by just 1 point. 1 point for most points in a match. Which currently stands at 27, which the Crow did on a couple of occasions. Here it comes. Jamie Lyon got the bounce. It comes back to Daniel Wagon. He'll make it 62 points to 6, and the club record at the moment will belong to Luke Burt. Brian Smith is on his feet.
Wasn't offside initially there, Graham, and because it did come into the area, it may have caused some distraction.
Just going to take a look at it. On the video is Tim Mander as the player went down the right-hand side.
And Mooney is the man they'll be watching to see if he's onside. I think he's onside. I think that'll be play on. That won't be a problem. He goes over the top of Rooney. And once again, the bounce of the ball. Beautiful hands here by Jamie Lyon. Sets up his man and Daniel Wagon on the outside, the left-hand side, and goes straight underneath the black dot. I don't think that will be a problem. There's the line there. There he's kicking from. Moody is around about, not far, but I tell you what, he's onside. That won't be a problem. Bounce the ball once again. But just the ability of the Parramatta players to be there and be in support all the way through this game. I know they haven't probably done as much tackling as the Panthers have been trying to do this afternoon. But I tell you what, they certainly put their mark on this premiership already, Laurie Daly.
It's just been a tremendous performance by this Parramatta side. And their fans have certainly come out and supported them today. The conditions have been very hot, very humid.
There it is, and that'll finish it pretty much for the Panthers this afternoon. Just over a minute left on the clock. Luke Burt will have the conversion from right in front. Has 26 points in the match through 9 goals and 2 tries at the moment. The club record for most points in the match, as I said just a moment ago, belongs to the Crow. Mick Cronin, he did it twice. 27 points against North Sydney. 79-27 against the Raiders in 1982. The new record holder for most points in a match for the Eels is that man, Luke Burt. 28 points, 2 tries and 10 goals. That's 64 points to 6, 58 the difference. The biggest win ever for the Eels. 62 points to 0 against the North Queensland Cowboys. That was here last year at Parramatta Stadium. There's perhaps still time to eclipse that just yet. What a day to be having your first game as the new club captain. Craig Gower will be having nightmares tonight. Girdler with the restart. Here's Ian Hindmarsh.
Just expect the Parramatta Eels here to go wide too, Warren. I think they'll take too many up front.
Here's Drew pouring into a hole. Oh, the ball came back to Ryan, who couldn't hang on to it. And Violecki was right on his hip.
Brad Drew just going through the line once again. Just unlucky there. Ryan knocking the ball forward. And as you said, Violecki look at him saying, I was there and you were going to make up that break and score number 4. Tremendous effort here by the Parramatta Eels. Some classy football. I think they'll be very, very happy.
The Eels have beaten the Panthers 64 points to 6 here at Parramatta. An incredible scoreline. They have loved the action they've seen this afternoon. A host of try scorers for them. David Violecki scored 3 in the first 10 minutes. He was stranded there for the rest of the game. Moody scored a double, as did Luke Bird as well. It was quite an amazing afternoon for them. And our Fox fan poll, man of the match, is that man right there, David Violecki. The fans have voted with their fingers. They have SMS'd David Violecki's name more than any other this afternoon. He picks up the honour of being the first man to take home that prize. And of course, the prize for the Eels today is 2 points. Well, they were minor premiers last year. They pick it up from where they left off and go on to the minor premiership in 2002. Violecki scored 3, Moody scored 2, as did Burt. Drew, Lyon, Irvine and Wagon all scored tries. Burt kicked 10 goals and broke the club record for most points in a match. Sattler scored 1 try. Girdler kicked 1 goal. 64 points to 6, our final scoreline. On behalf of Laurie Daly and Gary Freeman, I'm Warren Smith. Thanks for joining us at Parramatta Stadium. Until we see you next time, it's goodbye.